everyone, welcome to Teach Connect. I am Sindhucha, resume reading specialist from Teach Connect. Today, we are back with one of the experts into English teaching, Mrs. Madhavi Latha, with about 20 plus years of experiences into her passion towards teaching. Seems to be awesome, right? So let's have a session with her to know much about her success and methodologies she implemented to deliver her knowledge. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
I just want to know, it's been like many years you're working out in this, like you're completely related to the educational department right from your career, or like something around 20 years of teaching.
Yeah.
So, could you please let us know some successful teaching methods can a teacher use to make the learning more effective for a child?
See, I have been actually, to frankly speaking, I have been handling English and science subject. Okay, in whatever method it is, English and science. Because in English, what I do is like when we go with one chapter, before that, I try to means first we speak or normally we speak about the author. Any chapter or poem, whatever it is, we speak about the author, what are his achievements or awards, whatever it is. Then when I come to the chapter wise, I just teach them. What I do is I tell them the concept of the chapter, the concept. After telling, then when I make reading, I ask the children to read paragraph wise. When they read from each para, I try to frame questions. And I'll see, in order to like, if we continuously keep asking them to read, they'll just read and go away. But that is not my thing. Like I wanted, I'll tell them the concept or the story, whatever it is. Then when I ask the child to read the paragraph, then I will pause. Then I'll ask them to pause, and that first paragraph, in that I will frame question. I'll try to frame the question, and I will ask the children, what did you understand from this paragraph? So accordingly, then we can know that they're either attentive in the class, or they're, by this, I'll come to know they're attentive in the class. At the same time, their pronunciation also I can know, and how fluency they are in their reading. Because some children will be stammering, means they'll have some reading problem, all the things. So by their reading that paragraph, means I can know that, means everyone have to be alert, because I will not tell like paragraph wise. Suddenly I may stop in between the paragraph and I may ask the next child to read it. Yes. So they must be alert. They must be keep going through that. Second thing is, I'll come to know about their pronunciation and their so if they're having any difficulties in that paragraph, apart from the vocabulary or the glossary, what is given behind the chapter, I just ask them to, I'll underline the difficult words. And if they know, fine. If they doesn't know the meaning, I'll tell them what is the meaning of that particular word. And I also inculcate I wanted the children, I imbibe them to, means they have to use only those words. Like it's in glossary, for a word, they'll give the meaning. But I don't want the child to use that meaning. Those words have to be inculcated while writing the exam, no? Like that. And yeah, so in the same way, every paragraph, like and suddenly I will stop the child to read. Then I'll go and randomly I will call the child. Okay, my last bench, because I want to see whether the last bench, they should not think that ma'am is going according to the bench wise or row wise or something. Yes. Suddenly, first bench, then I'll go to the last bench. I'll tell, okay, ma, you read the paragraph. You continue like that. So by that, we come to know whether the child is active in the class or, he's listening or not. Otherwise, you'll think when my turn comes, by the time we can, they may do anything. So this is what I just randomly I'll call, okay, ma, you read, and now, okay, you sit down, you read like that. It goes on. This is what is the way I do in the class. Okay, then paragraph wise, I just give them the difficult words. I'll ask if the child is aware of it. Okay, fine. Otherwise, I give them the meaning of it. So this is how I continue. And if it is in case of a poem, I tell them what is a figure of speech. Means like whatever the simile metaphor, I tell them. So this is what is a simile. Please underline that thing. This comes under simile. Why it is called a simile, metaphor, personification. So it is depending according to the class also. Like when we teach 10th, 9th, 10th, 11th and all, because I've been teaching till now that only. So I'm talking about that. But in case if it is like small children, we need to come from the base. Like simile, metaphor only we can teach them. We can't teach them like enjambment, which is like higher classes, no, onomatopoeia, like that way we can't teach. So that's what, according to the class, I give them the figure of speech also. In the poem only. So
Okay.
this is how, if it is a paragraph, if it is a lesson, I'll go with each paragraph explanation and difficult words, meaning, and I'll frame question and I'll ask the children. If it is a poem, stanza wise, I'll tell them the concept of the poem. Then stanza wise I'll go. Then I'll mention the figure of speech also. Then I will end up. Means for anything before, first I start with the author, writer, whatever it is.
Okay.
I'll tell about them. Then I go with this. This is the way of lesson and thing. I mean lesson, and once the chapter is over, then again, of course, behind the chapter there are question answers. I ask them the question. First, we will discuss orally. Sometimes the question answers I'll be discussing. Then orally we do. Then later, of course, then exercise behind the chapter. We do give that each and every exercise will be touched. Nothing is untouched there. I do all the exercise, and of course, any activity or exercise are there. Sometimes we give it as a homework, or maximum I get it done with myself. Because if we give homework, sometimes, of course, there are those who are very smart children, they will do. Average also can expect, but below average, we cannot expect that.
Yes.
Either they'll come and copy from the friends, otherwise they'll keep it incomplete work. So instead, the next day, I mean, once the work is given, I'll just give them 2 days time. If it is like a science, means I have to give 2 days time. Like if it is an English, I just give a day, and next day I will just in the class I will discuss again the answers. So accordingly, the work will be complete. So once this total chapter is over, then I go for the next chapter. So then when I go for the next chapter, before that I'll go with a recap of the previous chapter. Sometimes if it is a grammar, that grammar only I'll be prolonging for a week. Like if I go with a voice, then today I'll be teaching active voice, passive voice. In that also again with the tenses. Today I'll teach present tense, in that only active voice and passive voice. But tomorrow when I teach them, I'll first recall the previous day's topic. Then I go with the thing. Because in English also, I just give them the now when I'm teaching tenses, I tell that present tense, present continuous, when I say you should have subject plus is, am, are is used plus first form of verb plus ing. Like that. We give just like a formula, like in maths, we have formula and we are making it. Same thing here also, subject plus like that I tell, and then we can frame sentences. So this is how, like grammar also, I have some rules. We have some rules. So that way, I'll make them recall. I keep asking. We need to keep drilling children often, because the grammar, because lesson means the question answers, they will learn it, and of course if they understand the question, they can write in your own words. But grammar is not the one. What I do in the class, exam, we don't give the same questions. So we need to keep drilling this grammar a lot. So more I give importance to grammar than the chapters. Chapter, if I take 2 chapters, but grammar I'll take for 1 week, or it will take time. Apart from that topic, I'll give them for each. And now if I take present tense, in present tense only I'll give 5 exercises. Apart from my examples, I'll give them homework like 5 questions. Then again, present continuous, again 5 questions. Like this. Then after that, again, when I conduct test, I'll not give the same questions. That will be different. So unless and until we drill them more and more, they have to be. Then the grammar, I don't say then perfect they are, but to some extent, at least 50% of the thing will enter in their mind. So this is what I do in my method of teaching. But of course, if you say go for science, if I say everything will go with the diagram only. With the diagram, I have to teach them. So when I'm teaching about one cell also, we can't tell orally. Science is draw the diagram with the labeling the parts. Even in the exam also, of course, 1 marks, 2 marks, I don't say. But when it comes to 3, 4 marks, whether we mention it or not, when the child draws the diagram and when we explain, that will be more clear for the children, isn't it? More than the theoretical, practical is better, they'll say. When you do it, you will know it more. You'll remember it also, isn't it? So that is what is a science. So English, at least we don't have any practicals, unless it means like drilling only is there. I have to make them practice. And even like when we say, generally I whole class. And once one chapter is over, again, I'll tell them spelling test will be there. I'll conduct spellings when I'm asking orally, sometimes orally also. Or that's why I tell children I'll never write answers on the board, because they're grown up. Of course, 9th, 10th, they're quite grown up. So I never give, I don't write on the board at all. I just dictate to them. But I'll tell them, if you have any problem in the spellings, I can ask me, I'll let you know. But instead of having more of red marks, it is better to avoid that. So because when I do correction, red
Yes.
marks will be more, because lot of spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes. So in that aspect, science, it's not like that. If we use spelling mistake, we give importance to the keywords. But in English, we can't give English. We need the total sentence, because we have to see the grammar, spelling, is, in, the, of, all the prepositions and
Everything
all these.
matters.
That is what.
Yes.
But in science, if you understand the concept, just write like a keywords, point 1, point 2, because there we don't see the grammar, but at least we need the sentence framing should be correct, spellings also, but grammar is not required. So, but diagram, I always, when I take science, I tell children, please give importance to the diagram, because with the diagram and labeling, you will be able to understand the concept, because I do with that. I draw the diagram and I'll explain to them. So same thing in the exam, when you draw the diagram, automatically you will be able to understand that. So that's what I give drawing a lot for every topic, whichever I take in science. For each and everything, small topic also, even if it is a cell, I give a diagram and I'll explain, so that they will remember the diagram better than my oral teaching. So this is what is my method of teaching, whether it is in English or it is in science.
That's a great approach, ma'am. And so yours, like a teacher can struggle up to a some extent, because at least if teacher struggles to 60 to 70%, that is 30% should be done by a parent, definitely, because there should be a part which should be done by the parent as well. So what tips and information a teacher should suggest to parents to work with their children, like, in order to meet their grading expectations? Like every parent will have a, like, my child should study, like she or he should get A plus or something, 9.8, 9.5, something. They'll have some expectations on their child. So what part of work should be done by the parents in that aspect? Because we can't blame the teacher all the time. Like the work cannot be done by a teacher. It's a job of a teacher, student, as well as a parent. So what is the role of a parent?
See, exactly. I'm not exaggerating again myself, because ma'am, only one thing I can recommend the parents is they need to cooperate and support the teachers. See, when you are now, for example, when my children were in school days, now they are of course grown up and they are working. But when my child was in the school times, one thing, see, when she's a maths teacher actually. Like when the maths teacher, she had given a homework, I helped my child to do that homework, and when he had done it, we got the answer. But when he submitted, she's telling the sum is wrong. Then we saw that is what, and we told, no ma'am, this is the way. No, my method of teaching is like this way. You would have taught it like that. See, now fine, you are now my child, that time it was in 6th standard, 5th, 6th something, fine, in 5th. But when you go for the board exam, do you expect in the teacher had given in the class, or the child has to do the same workout? We can't expect. You have to work out each and every step by step, and finally you have to get the answer should be correct. And you need to prove everywhere, step by step, how you got that equation or the calculation. Exactly. It doesn't mean that because I taught like that, you have to do that. It means we are going nowadays, like we have to do step by step. Now the child, now I can't ask him to memorize that step by step in the exam, final exam. Of course, he was 5th standard, but 5th standard, question answers we can ask them to memorize. Social we can tell, but maths, do we ask them to memorize on rotting and all? They can't do maths. How you are working out, your calculation should be shown beside, and you need to work out, and you have to show the ultimate answer. But that is, so in English also, I tell the children, though I had given you question answer, it's just a formality we are giving, means that is a proof that I completed one chapter, and you'll just get. But when you in the future or in the exam, I don't exactly expect the same answer. You can write in your own words. Your own creativity should be there. Doesn't mean that you have to rot up, and board exam they'll not expect, oh, this school had given like this answer, this school had given, they'll not expect like that. You understood the chapter, write the question answers, that's it. 2 marks, 3 marks, whatever it is. So I told ma'am, no, I didn't teach in this method, I taught only this method. She had started arguing. And so I thought, but at the same time, if the teachers and the parents, then I told, ma'am, this is not, but children, you can't expect him to mug up 5th standard, 6th standard, you can't. When we teach him, he understood my way of my method, but you're teaching, he'll get really confused. Children will get confused. That is one thing. Second thing, when we tell the children that, and we teach, being a parent, we have to tell, no, what your teacher is told is right. I mean, I'm not saying it regarding the sons, like anything, when you teach, if you degrade in front of your, hey, your teacher doesn't know anything, and that way, this way, if you degrade in front of her, then obviously the child also will think like that way, and they will make it a big propaganda. Hey, this teacher doesn't know. And all of us, when we are teaching also, no, they'll think that, oh, she doesn't anything, but something she's telling something, we'll also, like a dummy character, they'll sit and listen to what we say. Means the teachers, parents need to support the teacher. See what your teacher has told you, be like that, whether it is in a manners, discipline, or education ways, or academics, whatever it is. But when it comes to some places, we need to accept things. See, like as I told, this maths, you can't expect my child, homework wise, I'm not talking, but in some other cases, you need to listen to what, but at least I'm not saying you have to, but don't degrade the teachers in front of your children. If you don't support the teacher, your teacher has told like this, like means, your teacher doesn't know anything like that way. If you degrade, no, the children know, we will become very cheap. So the way they treat us in this class or this one also, no, and if we had punished your child, for example, I don't do that. You except my both the kids, school also I have not punished. Maximum is only like little bit scolding, but not beating level. We don't know. It's totally incorporate, isn't it?
Yes.
So, but even then, but when we are that children will make it a big issue, and the parents will think that is fact. They will listen to what their children, and next day they'll come and make it a big issue. But did you ever inquire, did I do that or not? Because being a HOD, I faced that problem also. One teacher, she didn't do that mistake. She came and told me the same day only, ma'am, this is what happened in my class. I told, fine, when the situation comes, I will talk. But in just next day only, the situation that we had to face the thing. And the parents, then ma'am called me. I went and told, ma'am, this is what the thing incident took place yesterday. No, Madhavi, did you inquire? Yes, ma'am, yesterday the teacher came and told me like this. No, but the child went and told like this. Child went and told one story. This teacher came and told me what she had. Now we don't know which is the truth.
Yes.
So I told, but at the same time, we can't call the teacher and degrade her in front of the parents or insult.
Yes.
What is the thing? Okay, we can talk to the parents that we will look into the ban, or next time it doesn't take place like that. And of course, in the meeting, whenever I conduct, I tell the teachers, handle with care, just like that. Children are children. Let us not go to the extreme. If anything, no, just leave it or put it in a diary that your child has not brought or not done the homework. Put it in a diary so that the parents will see, or anytime like PTM, or call them specially, make an appointment, call them and talk to them. We can do many ways are there.
Yes.
But and in case this thing, no, if you think the matter went very seriously, immediately call the parents and tell, ma'am, your child has done like this, so that he or she doesn't create a story in front of the parents. Then and there, solve the problem. Instead of that child going and telling, and the parents, they believe whatever I don't say they should not believe. They can believe, but at least you should come and ask us whether my child, the teacher did like that, or the child, what did the child do? The teacher had to, okay, teacher bet. Let us think she has bet him. But why did the teacher beat? That she should have. But we don't do that. That is totally against. But in case, whether you bet or not, okay, you bet. Why did you beat? They can ask, so that accordingly we can solve it. But you just blindly believe your child and come and react here, and it becomes a big issue. So mainly I request the parents is, I'm not saying you don't believe, but just make it a confirm whether that really the situation had taken place. Can be your child also, in order to escape from the thing, no, he can also they can also play games with us. So that is only my suggestion. I don't want the parents to believe totally. If they have any doubt, come and clarify it. Your problem is, we are also free of tension. You just keep it in the mind and creating, and your teacher is like that. If you degrade this in front of us, no, we will not have any value. What is that? Yes. And that will make it a big issue in the school also. The total thing, no. And in case if we get that information or news, this is what my opinion.
So, like day to day, you'll be facing with like different kinds of children. You'll be facing. Not all the children will be of the same mindset actually. Like you'll be facing with different kinds of mindset of children. So in at this moment, it will be a hectic for you to what do you say, manage all the children as well. So basically, they'll be coming from different mother tongues and all. So how can we make them learn English in a better way? Because as they are well versed
English
in
is
their
only
mother
the
tongue,
language. Yeah,
yes.
but ma'am, this problem also we do face, but actually there are some children who are showing interest in learning English so that they wanted to speak. But there
Okay.
are some few children who don't show interest, but they're telling that they got habituated to this language and thing. But what is the thing? We have to, like, see something like we have to motivate them. Like, see those who are speaking, like in the class when we make it, like those who are speaking continue as a monitor, we make leader. Continuously those who are speaking in other languages, like that. So like a remark it is like black mark and all, no, we just because it's so higher classes. Of course in the lower
Okay.
classes I don't know, I'm talking of always in the higher classes. Generally, to my knowledge, maximum children speak only in English, but in some cases few are there. Now for example, if I take latest, I came from Nalanda. Nalanda is totally Telugu only, totally Telugu. They never speak in English at all. I've hardly seen that students speaking in English, because I was every time I keep telling, except for one or two children, those who are very, good, na, like I can't say. I told children I don't want, though I know my mother tongue is Telugu or I know I'm Teluguite, I don't encourage also. But other schools where I was in Bangalore earlier, Bangalore almost is English, almost 90% of the children speak only in English. Only I find that difference is here only. In Nalanda school, I found that. But otherwise, now this is my second school in Andhra FSC, because till last year I was in Delhi, then afterwards we came to here, Bangalore. Now recently I shifted to Hyderabad, and this one. Even now the present school where I'm working, there also children speak only in English. I was very happy. And of course, they are trying. That also I can say that trying to speak. They never made an attempt to speak in Telugu at all, ma'am, like this. But what means when we are speaking, we need to slowly speak. And what is it when they have a difficult, ma'am, we don't know to express that word, ma'am, something like that. Then I just tell them, okay, fine, you tell in Telugu, I will help you out in English, like that. So when they say, then I will tell, okay, for this word, we call it in English, this is the word, like that. So they tried. At least I have to be happy that they never used even that word. Like they never tried, they never told in Telugu, but they told, ma'am, in one word is there, ma'am, I'm not able to. I told, okay, fine, tell it out in Telugu, I will tell you in English. So
Just a
what is the
second,
thing
no?
means?
Just a second, no? Just a second.
Only the thing, no, when they are trying to speak, I don't see their grammatical and all. Only in the
Okay.
exam, like
They will also be
in the
discouraged
exam, we
when
give
they are,
importance to grammar.
yeah,
I give
yes.
importance to grammar in exam time only, during the exam, like writing. But when they speak, I don't give importance to grammar, because at least I have to appreciate them. They're trying to speak. If I
Yes.
start going grammatically every time, no, then they will avoid. Either they'll avoid talking, or else they'll avoid facing me only. They'll
I
not
think
come to me,
this
oh,
is,
that teacher,
yeah.
yeah.
This
So
is a
that fear should
way
not be
where
there.
this is a fear where children don't speak, I think, because as their
Exactly.
lack of speaking skills.
Yeah, confidence. See, they may lack
Yes.
confidence. Like, I can't speak. Ma'am will see this grammar. She will see that she will correct my. Of course, correcting is not an issue. I told children, try to speak so that we can. I can correct your mistake, or at least I can. I can help you out. What is that word utilized in? Which you use it in English. Telugu word you can tell like that. But if I start speaking grammatical, then they will either avoid both of the things, facing me or speaking. So that is what I do with the children. Like only in the exam, I tell them, when you're learning, learn with the spellings and grammatically, like that. But otherwise, so in that way, at least they'll try to speak slowly. Once they try, if I may not go in immediate, but slowly, if I start from either from 7th or 8th, by the time they come to 12th standard, they can become good in grammar. That's what I think, because if they keep practicing at home also, if they take the initiative, then well. But otherwise, if the school is the only place, means it will take some time for me, depending on the capacity of the child. If he's
Yes.
very smart, he'll be very fast, he or she. But they're below average, it will take some time. So it
Even
depends on the
parents
child.
also should try to speak with the children in
Exactly.
English,
Parents
I
also
think.
should, or even the child
Yeah.
should cooperate, show interest in
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So everything, cooperation means that it should be from both the sides.
Yes.
It's not only from my side.
That makes the learning easier as well.
Yeah, that is what.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
That's good. Yeah, we are very happy to connect with you today, ma'am, because we have see the things which you have told today, ma'am. Like most of the teachers will be facing lack of this how to handle the children of these kind of mindset. Everybody will having such doubts in there because everybody will be having different strategies of implementing. So, though they will be searching for different suggestions, like what is the methodology?
yeah.
Can I find some better way to handle the situations? So, I think this video will definitely help many teachers, the methods or the traits which you followed in your success. So, definitely this will help many teachers who are watching this video. So, thank you, ma'am. Really happy connecting with you. We are very happy today to connect with you from Teach Connect. Definitely, this
Thank
will
you so
be a
much.
happy. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.